What's up, you guys? Shartimus Prime here, doing a Transformers Revenge of the Fallen figure review for the Supreme Class Devastator. I was very excited. I saw him at Toys R Us. Cost me $100, 98 bucks, which I think is kind of a lot. But I'm a huge fan of Devastator. I just love the fact that he's a 6-piece combiner instead of, a 5-piece combiner. That just tripped me out so much when I was a kid. So my whole life I've loved Devastator. I told myself I was going to get him when he came out. So yeah, so the box for this thing is fucking huge, man. I mean, the figure itself is pretty damn big. That's why I'm doing the review like this. I don't really have a backdrop big enough to do it. But, I mean, I'm not a small guy, and this is, I'm 5'10", so this is a pretty fucking big box, man. Check that out right there. So that's pretty sweet. And the figure is pretty damn big itself. Check it out. Fucking Devastator, man. This is a huge-ass figure. Now, one thing that I like to do with this thing that's a little unique, I think, is I like having his mouth open, because it makes the head tilt up, and it just looks a little cooler. So what I did was, I have a green rubber band. You know why I picked green. So, green rubber band attached right here, goes all the way down past his fucking taint, past his fucking everything, and then hooked onto Mixmaster right here. So it stays open like that, and then it doesn't wear out the battery or anything. If I want him to make the sounds, I could still press it. Yeah, so he does all the sounds and everything like that. Kind of wish there was more paint detailing in this thing, and I wish the transformation was more complex, especially because it's so expensive. My friend got this for 76 bucks. I think he's worth about 75, 80 bucks. So if you can get a deal like that on him, then you're good. But 100 bucks feels like much. Saw this sold at Comic-Con for 150, and people were buying it. So I didn't pay the most expensive price, but definitely not the cheapest. But I think I wish the elbows bent the other way too. You know what I mean? That would have been cooler. Just because like the longer fingers are on the outside. So I don't know, but it's still cool. He's pretty. He moves around a lot. Same thing with the other side with high tower and everything, and this bends the same way. So that's cool. And the feet, do the transformations. These all move and everything. So that's pretty rad. So let's take this rubber band. Oh, I want to give you a little size comparison really quick. I'm going to grab the camera, so get yourselves ready for primal vision. But so I can stand them evenly. So there's Devastator, Supreme Class Devastator next to G1 Devastator. So you can get a good size comparison right there. Their feet, I don't have either one of them standing closer than the other, so that's size comparison. Okay, so let's transform him into his individual, the individual character. Sorry, I thought I shut the shit off for a second. Sorry, guys. I'm not doing this with any editing, so that's how easy this thing is that you could do the whole transformation in a video and not fucking have to edit anything. So Mixmaster pops off pretty easy right there. Take off high tower. These things connect like that on all 4 sides. Scrapper. Take off long haul. And Rampage. Okay. And yeah, so transforming Scavenger is pretty easy. Goes like that. Now I'm making this video assuming that you guys have seen a bunch of reviews on this Devastator already, because there are a bunch out there too that I'm sure you guys have already seen. So I'm not like really getting into too much detail with the transformation, but I figure, like my Masterpiece figure reviews, that if you see a fucking grown-ass man standing in front of this giant toy, that you'll get a better idea of fucking how big this thing really is, how massive it is. It's 100 bucks, man. It's a lot. Okay, so there's Scavenger right there. Demolisher and Scavenger seem like they're the same size in the movie, but for some reason it's like they made Scavenger, or I mean Demolisher, a lot smaller. So now see, now when this clips into this side right here, that means that it's gonna make different noise from then on. So now he does his sounds and he really does never really shut the fuck up. He just rumbles all on his own. You don't even have to do anything. So here's high tower right here. And then there's that. I'll put that over there because I'm gonna. And then Scrapper is really cool. What I like to do with Scrapper is I like to detach this part right here, and then when you hook them onto the claws like this, his shovel is now movable. So if it's attached to this piece, you can't move it up and down, but now you can. So I think that's pretty rad. You're so rad. And then these guys are disappointing as hell. The feet are just really, really tiny. Just look at that. Hella tiny. Oops. Try to move fast. Shit. Let's see if I can remember. Wait, what? What did I do wrong here? Oh no. Sorry you guys, brain fart. There you go. Okay, and then there's Rampage. Okay, so yeah, these guys are really tiny, pretty disappointing in size. You need to compare in size, look at that. You know, it's really fucking small. But I really hope to see a version of Scrapper and Hightower that can build into an actual robot. It's really disappointing that these things don't turn into robots individually and then turn into Devastator. But there is the Easy Collector's Legends class Devastator that's like that tall apparently. They each turn into robots and Devastator and the Constructicon, you know, and their construction vehicle, and they have Overload on there too, which is pretty cool because he was in the movie. Even though that makes it a 7-piece combiner, but it's not a big complaint. Still really cool. I just wish these things, and they would have written it in the movie so that they're individual robots and do Devastator. So I really think this shit looks badass when you compare them to the Voyager class sized Constructicons. Because the G1 Constructicons were all about the same height, you know? So seeing them like this, you know, I don't know, I just think is really, really cool. I don't know, let's like mix them up a little bit. I don't know why I like to do that. Just to, like based on their character, put Rampage off to the side. Because, you know, Scrapper's the leader of them. And Hook, from the G1 figure, Hook was like the second in command. Even though that's Hightower, but yeah. Or here, I'll separate them like that. I don't know, see, this is how I fucking play with my Transformers. I fucking just switch them around like that. Sick. So cool. I really think they do look cool, though. All 6 of them like that, it just looks badass to me. I love the Constructicons. I think they're so sick. And that's my reissue Devastator. Not my China knockoff. China knockoff is over here in their individual robot modes. Alright, so yeah, that's it, you guys. That's my review of Supreme Class Devastator. I will see you guys later. Peace.